Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that whenever we release a video at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, you'll be the first to receive the same. Remember to share the video with your friend, your mama, papa, girlfriend, boyfriend, and your side chick and side man. Yes, and post a comment below, even just to post and say, I am here to show your appreciation of the work that we are doing here at the Jamaica Young Police Channel. And thanks for being a part of the movement. So, moving on. We at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we hate criminals with a passion. So here's one of them. This guy name is Javon Pinnock. Yeah, aka Froggy. Have a distinct scar on the left side of his face, and him eye go all the way down to him cheekbone. And you know, more or less is a Jamaican do that, you know, telephone cut. I don't know how them come by that thing for, you know, to scar people face like that, and that it's just awful, but terrible people. So this man that you're looking at, his name is Javon Pinnock, aka Froggy. Yeah, Froggy them call him on the street, and he's wanted in New York, in Queens, New York, for the murder of Javon Jamison, a Jamaican youth them called Blingers. Yes, and Blingers was killed almost 2 years ago by this man and another man named Christopher King. Christopher King is in custody in New York, awaiting trial for the murder of Jamison. So we are appealing, we are begging, beseeching you Jamaican people in Jamaica and the diaspora, wherever you see this man, to inform the police, whether it's 119 or 911, and let them know that this man is wanted in New York for the murder of Javon Jamison, so that this man can be placed in custody or go straight to the departure home where he belongs. And that's justice. And we say that because we hate criminals with a passion, because there was no reason for this man to kill Blingers, because Blingers was not a threat to him at the time. It was murder, clear murder. Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. Yes, Charge of Badness. Yeah man, Charge of Badness tried to go to Vybz Kartel dressing room at Barclays Arena and was turned away. Is he trying to make amends with Vybz Kartel, or was he going to kill Kartel? And that's the $1 million question. A man like Charge of Badness, I'm supposed to have him posters, you know, put up for the security them, because this man, you know, hell bent and taking him out, you know. So breaking Charge of Badness nearly took Vybz Kartel out at Barclays Arena in New York, Brooklyn, New York, and saved by an half-duty NYPD officer. So last night, inside the electrifying walls of the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, where thousands gather for music, lights, and celebration, the unthinkable almost happened. Vybz Kartel, Jamaica's most polarizing and controversial dancehall icon, came within inches of death as a cold-blooded assassination attempt was seconds from unfolding. Yes, you read that right. Charge of Badness, Karego Bars himself, Che, a known face in the underworld. That's why the man in a bleach reportedly came locked, loaded, and ready to erase the royal boss from existence. Yeah, how him get the weapon inside? Well, apparently, them know somebody who work at the Barclays Center and it was smuggled inside of the bathroom. His eyes were fixed, his path was calculated, and his target clear as daylight. But fate had other plans, or perhaps divine intervention came disguised as a blue and badge. Because it was an off-duty NYPD officer, sharp, alert and trained in tactical awareness, who spotted something off. One suspicious move, one twitch of the hand, one too many glances in Kartel's direction. It was enough to activate his instincts. With swift, decisive action, the officer intercepted what could become a bloodbath in front of a live audience, averted what would have dominated headlines globally. Dancehall star assassinated at Barclays Center. The motive? Retribution, power, revenge, all possible. Because the streets haven't forgotten. Whole scores are never settled in silence. Whether it ties from Waterford, St. Catherine, or enemies from Gregor Park, Gulf, Portmore, or alliances forged in the US, gang circles, one thing is clear. Kartel is not moving through America unnoticed. And the word spreads that he's living in Florida. And that he's free while others rot. And that his voice still commands crowds. The jealousy, the resentment, and the bad blood, it's all begun to boil. This wasn't just a random act. This was an organized move, likely months in the making. And what makes it even more terrifying? Vybz Kartel baby mother, Shorty. Shorty is along with a man named Chalice. Chalice and Chargy Badness are good friend. So guess what? He's right in the fold and every move Vybz Kartel is making and he want him out. It almost work. Let this be a wake-up call to the authorities. If Vybz Kartel truly resided in the United States, then his presence is not just a celebrity cameo, it is a national security risk. Not because he's inciting violence directly, but because his legacy has left a trail of bodies, broken youth, and enemies who have not forgotten his role in their downfall. The United States must ask itself, are we ready for the chaos that follows him? Because this wasn't Jamaica, this was New York, Brooklyn, New York, at one of the most high-profile arenas in the country. Had that off-duty officer not been present, we might be discussing the funeral of a legend, or worse, the massacre of bystanders in the crossfire. To Chargy Badness, we see you, we know this wasn't random. To the NYPD officers, your actions save lives. To Vybz Kartel, whether you like it or not, you are a walking powder keg, and the world is watching. This is Murderer News. The truth lives here, and just dodge a bullet. Literally, Vybz Kartel just dodge a bullet. You understand? So, near miss at Barclays, Chargy Badness attempt to enter Vybz Kartel dressing room. Was it peace or premeditated bloodshed? We don't know if I'm going to try to make amends or, I play a game. The streets are buzzing, the industry is whispering, and the fans are in absolute disbelief. Something sinister nearly unfolded at Barclays Center. And if not, for tight security and divine timing, Vybz Kartel could have become a headline of death rather than controversy. Eyewitnesses and inside sources confirm that Chargy Badness, a name in both the music scene and the darker corridor of the street, attempted to access Kartel's private dressing room just moments before the show. He wasn't on the guest list, he wasn't cleared, and he sure as hell didn't have any business being there. But the real question, tearing through the minds of many, is this: was Chargy Badness trying to make peace or to make a permanent statement? Let's be honest, this isn't a schoolboy reunion. This is Vybz Kartel we are talking about, a man whose past alliances and betrayals have spawned bloodshed, prison sentences, and silent enemies in high and low places alike. This isn't just a dancehall artist. This is a man with a price tag on his name, depending on who you ask. So what was exactly Chargy Badness planning? Was he coming to reason and squash all beef? Or was this a calculated move to get Kartel alone and execute unfinished business? We don't know. Only Chargy Badness can answer that. He was intercepted, turned away, and removed. All him son was there too. Kulu was there too. But not before raising serious alarms among security and Kartel's own team. Some say he looks too calm, too focused, too ready. That's not our man seeking forgiveness walk. That's a man with a mission, moves. And let's not forget the wider picture here. This is not Jamaica. This is Brooklyn, a city with its own rules, its own gangs, and its own silent wars. So charge about this having connection even at Brooklyn to, them man just left Jamaica. Boy, I tell you, them man got out of prison and them come back before them chain and knife. Now so them in the criminality, see him here. And yet, here we have a man recently released from prison, still under global scrutiny, surrounded by enemies disguised as fans, trying to make a comeback while others seem determined to make it his final act. Was this a test, a warning, a foil it? We don't know yet. But what we do know is this: the wolves are circling and the world boss is not safe as he thinks. America may offer freedom, but it also offers easy access, open venues, and unforgiving enemies. Yes, big thanks to everyone who reached out via the channel's telephone number to show interest in subscribing to our new platform. One that builds to speak truth to power and impact every single person living in America and around the world. It doesn't matter if you are black, white, yellow, green, blue or red. This message is for all people who believe in freedom, truth and justice. Yes. As we have said before, the name of the new channel speaks for itself. United we win, divided we lose. And you're looking at, most people say that they cannot find it and all kind of things. So now, getting the feedback from, from most of you people, in which, well, we can't even count the amount of people that reach out to us and leave message. We cannot find it. You have to understand that my voice, this voice is not a voice that has been loved by the powers that be. Because when you speak truth, they try to censor you in every way. But guess what? We're not going to stop, So, united we win, divided we lose. That's not just a slogan. It's a fact. It's a call to rise above fear and stop playing it safe, while the system quietly chews up and spit us out. Even you. Cowards might think they are staying out of trouble by staying silent, but in the end, we just say it runs there. Spiritually, mentally, financially, and politically. So here's the truth. It is better to live a life and die as a free, honest, decent, honorable, and truthful human being than to exist as an obedient, broken slave, begging for crumbs from a table that was never built for you. For over 400 years, our ancestors, we are taught black people, cried out to a God. They were taught to fear, kneeling and praying to a man in the sky, while their bodies were chained and their minds conditioned. That didn't free them. What did? Knowledge, courage, unity. Men like Taki, who the same maroons in Jamaica kill, chop off his head and put on a pike. Taki is the one why the United States of America exists today as a republic, but they won't teach the white people in America. A black man who took on the British Empire and won. And it's time we walk that same path any bolder. This new channel is not for the weak-hearted, the lukewarm, or for the comfortably numbed. It is for those who know who they are, God's children, defined by nature, fearless by choice. If that's you, welcome on. To the rest, stay away. We don't need friends who are secretly enemies. We don't need deadweight doubters or deceivers. When we say enemies, we are talking about everything that stands against the truth. Lies, manipulation, division, cowardice, and blind obedience. No more lies, no more games, no more silence. This channel is the battleground for truth, and we are not backing down. How many times can they kill us once? Millions of our ancestors has died for this, for the little freedom that we're enjoying. God created every man equal, but some think that they're superior. And those who think that they're superior, just look. Not one of them have ever been the fastest one in the world. Their genes are recessive. Our genes are dominant. So please subscribe to the channel. We know that we are being sabotaged and tampered by the powers that be, but as time goes by, the truth will reveal. Let this message to the handlers, the promoters, and even Kartel himself: tighten up your security, because not every smile in the crowd is a fan. Some are scouts, some are soldiers, and some are waiting for the lights to go out. The Barclays incident is no small matter. It may just be the first chapter of a deadly saga that's far from over. So the blood feud between Vybz Kartel and Kartel, charge badness, bonds, is no secret. It is a bitter war, born not just from words or disrespect, but from death, betrayal, and unhealed wounds that goes far deeper than music. And now, it's spiraling into deadly obsession. The hatred was loud and clear back in Jamaica. Tension boiled over when Vybz Kartel walked free, not because he was proven innocent, but because the corrupt justice system in Jamaica, the judicial chief, Brian Lego Sykes, brown paperback judge, and them friends them, unfed and manipulated by elite puppet masters, overturned his conviction for the brutal murder of Clive Lizard Williams. A decision that sent shockwave through the streets, left grieving families in disbelief, and gave cold comfort to those who know that Vybz Kartel really represent. But not everyone swallow the lie. Charge badness didn't. He watched it all. He felt the disrespect. And in his world, there's no forgiveness, only justice. Sources says that since Kartel release and relocation to the United States, it's not only Charge badness and one, but he's the one who's on the forefront. There are others, and we have to tell them name. Charge badness has made it his personal mission to settle the score, either with his own hands or through the hands of one of his cold, calculated surrogates. And last night at the Barclays Center, the world came terrifying close to witnessing that vengeance unfold. Let me make this clear. Kartel was lucky, very lucky. Had it not been for a sharp eye security and the quick intervention of a vigilant, off-duty NYPD officer who was working security detail, this story would have ended in bloodshed and body bags. What was supposed to be a musical performance nearly turned into a high-profile assassination on US soil. Was Charlie Badness there to talk? We don't know, or maybe absolutely not. Was he there trying to make peace? Don't be naive, because them man and I don't forget a jungle him come from, like yours truly, concrete jungle, this man, a farmer enforcer turned independent tactician. He's no fool. He didn't just show up backstage. He made a move, deliberate, silent and sinister. Whether it was scouting, mission, a dry run, or a genuine attempt at it, we may never know. But what do we know is this: Vybz Kartel is a madman. For that, he may have escaped prison, but he hasn't escaped his past. And Charge Badness is living proof that the streets don't forget and real soldiers don't forgive. Let this serve as a warning. Kartel's freedom is an illusion. His movements, his security, even his breathing are now under threat. Because the kind of hatred that fuels men like Charge Badness doesn't burn out. It's intensified with every press appearance, every stage show, and every headline that forgets the blood of Clive Lizard Williams. And if Charge Badness doesn't get him, he'll sell someone who will. Because for him, this is personal, this is unfinished, and this is war. Remember, Rara was playing Vybz Kartel music after he was released from prison, and what? Charge Badness met them beat him. Beat a woman and broke her hand. Him said, no, Vybz Kartel music. So he thinks said, a man like Charge Badness a player. So let us not forget, Kartel Banj, aka Che, aka Charge Badness, is just one name and a long and growing list of enemies who are silently watching and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Vybz Kartel might be playing celebrity in the United States, smiling in selfies, brushing shoulders with media elites and dancehall apologists, but behind the scenes, the walls are closing in. Because the streets haven't forgotten, the blood hasn't dried, and America isn't his escape, it's a stage for his reckoning. Aaron Thompson, better known on the streets as Birdie, is another name Kartel should fear. A man who once shared the same criminal circles but saw through Kartel's games early and now allegedly carries deep knowledge of the world boss' darkest secrets. Then there is a case of Mr. Larrymore Warmington, a true upstanding Jamaican citizen, respected by his community and family, who suffered devastating loss at the hands of Kartel's criminal empire. And now his son, highly resourced, well connected and determined, want the head of the man responsible for orchestrating that tragedy. Yes, the killing of his father, innocent man. This is not idle talk. This is money, power and vengeance with legal precision behind it. But what makes all of this more disturbing is Kartel's pattern of betrayal and bloodshed. Let the records reflect. Vybz Kartel has a well-known documented history of using his own people as pawns, then disposing of them like garbage once they have served their purpose. Take Marlon Barnett, otherwise known as Sharpman, or Jammer, 841, hailing from Gregory Park, Gulf, and Tivoli Gardens. Areas long riddled with blood and political warfare. A man who was wanted for the shooting in Central Village, St. Catherine, and became the perfect puppet for Kartel's next move. Kartel manipulated Shorty into executing Jackie, another man caught in the web of loyalty and deception. But once the deed was done, Kartel didn't protect Sharpman. Oh no. He turned around and killed Bassie too. Remember, Kartel the charge with Bassie murder, you know? And had the audacity to blame Sharpman for both murders, when in fact Kartel had orchestrated the entire bloody script like a puppet master of death. And when Sharpman became liability, Kartel brought in a crooked cop, a man named Desmond Brown, America St. Andrew right now, believed to be operated inside the Jamaica Constabulary Force to carry out the hit on Sharpman, silence him before he could reveal the truth to authority or rival. Sharpman in America now. Let that sink in. So, hey, look here, Sharpman have a case now enough for him to get status in America just by turning on Vybz Kartel. Vybz Kartel, the so-called voice of ghetto youth, has been systematically eliminating the very men who once risked their lives for him. Why? Because the criminal enterprise thrives on one thing: secrecy, silence, betrayal, and wickedness. There's no honest criminal. None. Not even Vybz Kartel. And Kartel know that loose ends don't just talk, they explode. But now the table is wobbling. The foundation is cracking, and Kartel's web of blood is finally catching up with him. He's surrounded not just by enemies, but by ghosts. The ghosts of Jackie, Bassie, Sharpman, and the countless others whose lives were extinguished to preserve the illusion of a royal boss image built on betrayal. And now in America, where Charlie Badness is plotting, where Birdie watches, and where the Warmington family quietly preparing, Vybz Kartel is not living, he's merely delaying the inevitable. The truth has a long memory, justice has a longer reach, and the story is far from over. We can tell that. Vybz Kartel lucky, but for how long? Vybz Kartel almost lost his life last night at the Barclays Arena. Charlie Badness came this close to kill him. It was a smart half-duty NYPD cop save him. So that's why Charlie Badness bleach out. So see him here. Yeah, look at Vybz Kartel. So not because true Vybz Kartel put down bleaching and Charlie Badness do it, him have him reason why him do it. So say when him get caught and him look black, it wasn't me. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.